106.7 Lights FM.
106.7 Light FM. I'm Cubby along with Christine, and look who is in studio.
I'm so excited.
Hello.
Ross Mathews.
Ross Mathews.
Why, hello, Ross.
Well, hello. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much. And I have to say, in studio, you're very bright colors. I appreciate it. Thank you. As somebody who makes a pop himself, I appreciate it.
We should be on TV, right? On
Yes.
this cover, right?
Hello.
Not on radio.
I know.
Cubby was, we'll have to go for a visual for this if you want to see what Cubby's wearing, but he's thinking he's wearing teal. I say that's like
I think I'm colorblind.
Aquamarine.
Aqua?
It's almost a Tiffany blue, and I appreciate it.
Tiffany blue.
Single-handedly, you have sprung spring. Thank you so much. Christina in a light pink, right?
Yes,
It's like,
yes,
yeah, I know.
I'm trying to do the spring.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it happen.
You know, I always like bring sunshine around. That's sort of what I do, you know. And I came
You
in here
do.
wearing like black, but I have a little pop of pink on my shoe. So
Yes.
just I'm with you in spirit
I
here.
do like the shoes very
You know, I'm
much.
so proud of you, Ross. I mean, I was talking to Christine off the air before you walked in. When was it that Leno used to bring you on, and it started off as this little thing?
Yeah, I was on camera in 2001, but I started
2001?
So it's been over 20 some years now. I've been on television, but I started back then as just as an intern delivering mail,
You were
for
legit
free.
That
intern,
was for
right?
real.
I was for real,
That
yeah.
wasn't a character.
No, but I love television. Ever since I was a little kid growing up in a farm town, I just always knew I'd be involved with television somehow. So when I got there and I was behind the scenes, I just sort of wanted to know what a writer was, what a producer was, who pulled the cord that made the curtain open. And then one day a comic dropped out of covering the Ocean's 11 premiere, so that's how long ago it was, the
Wow,
original.
That was 02, 03, right?
That was 01. It was 01.
Yeah.
And it was December 6, 2001. And they said, you know who's funny is that Ross in the hallway. It was one of the writers who I had just, talked to. And they sent me out. And I was the only one delusional enough to think, this is how it begins. I knew it would happen.
Just accept it, right?
Yeah. And that's how it began. I was on that
Wow.
show for 14 years. And then the red carpets, then Chelsea Lately, RuPaul's Drag Race, and now the Drew Barrymore show every single day.
Yes. Oh, there's so many things we want to talk to you about. First, we're going to work backwards.
Go.
We'll start with Drew Barrymore
Okay.
because you guys launched that at the height of the pandemic,
Yeah.
the roughest time. Cubby and I were doing our show from home.
Right.
Yeah.
And we would watch you guys every day. You lifted
you.
us up. Thank you for going in there and
Thank you.
doing that.
You know,
Yeah.
she started it in September of 2020 alone in a studio, with just our wonderful crew and her, but no audience, nobody. And then I was in California, but I came to visit my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband. I came to visit, thank you, in October of 2020, and they said, could you come in for a day? And when I walked in there, it was like we had both found each other. You know, I just lost my mom the summer before, pandemic. It was a crazy time, and I needed her. She needed me. We didn't know each other. And it was so authentic, our love affair, our friendship on the air.
Yeah.
They said, can you come back the next day? Can you come back the next week? And I just never left.
Could you move in?
Wow.
Yeah, and I did. I did move in. I moved my whole life to be here.
Oh,
And
nice.
now we're going into season 4. We are the fastest growing show in daytime. And it's all because
You know
of
how
her.
hard it is? I know you know how hard it is. Daytime TV.
I know.
Just, I got to be honest. When I turned the show on, I was like, I don't know. And then 10 minutes into it, I'm like, this might have a chance.
You know, and
you can tell right away if a show's going to make it or not.
I think so. I think, everyone needs a second to breathe, to figure, especially when we were launching, which was in a crazy time. But every show finds its footing. And she comes from like this acting world where you sort of don't acknowledge the camera. And hosting a talk show is like you're staring down the barrel of a camera. It's a different skill set. And she has just done such a beautiful job. And,
Those interviews, by the way, that were on the green screen, like she'd be in New York,
Yeah.
or they'd be in L.A., I didn't even know that there was a green screen involved.
The technology we all had to do, the way we had to shift our mind during the pandemic was crazy. And so we found a way for her to interview people, and it looked like they were sitting on the same set, and they were not.
Another reason it's winning the show.
Yeah, it's really good, and she's just the best of the best, and just so kind. Like, she was actually the flower girl at our wedding.
No way.
Yeah, it came up on the air. We were planning, and she goes, do you have a flower girl? I'm like, oh, you want to be it? And she was like, Rossi, are you serious? And then I was like, are you serious? And she did. She came. She showed up in Puerto Vallarta.
Our own Christine's
I
planning
love
a
that.
wedding, by the way. So
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well,
Can I help? What do you need?
everything.
I have the best planner. I have tips.
Oh, please bring it on. Seriously, you don't know what you just offered. I am overwhelmed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, give it to me.
Yeah.
I'll handle it.
Thank you.
I say just do the married part, do the paperwork, and then have a party. Like,
You're crazy. No, I want the pomp, the circumstance. I want it
want
to
it
be
all.
like the coronation, but for me.
That's right.
All right, there's your answer.
I
You were
love
wondering
that.
about that.
I love that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
more is more at a wedding. I mean, you don't get to do this very often, right?
No, this is a long time coming. It's
Good.
later in life for me, right? This is my first.
Oh my God!
So yeah.
Congratulations!
you.
It's it was my only time I'm doing it, and so I thought this is the time to do it, and it was so beautiful. But you know what happened at my wedding? You planned the menu: vegetarian, beef, fish, whatever. One of my friends, I walked over. He was eating a cheese quesadilla, and I go, "Where did you get that?" He asked for a quesadilla off the menu, and I've never been more furious in my entire life.
The fact you busted him on that.
Oh yeah, I said, "Where did he go?" I asked for a cheese quesadilla. I said, "That makes me furious."
Everything was supposed to be covered.
Hello, I got you, girl. That's the whole point. That's the name of my tour.
Right.
There we go.
Yes.
So with your wedding, I got you, girl.
Oh.
Anything you need, I'll give you my email.
Thank
Okay.
you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank
And tell us
Thank
about
you.
I Got You, Girl. It's a very interactive show. It's funny.
It is. It's so much fun. So, people that are like, does Ross do stand-up? And I do. I mean, I did Chelsea. I wrote everything I did on Chelsea lately. I wrote everything I did on Leno, and I have gone on tour for both my books, bestsellers, no big deal, but thank you so much.
Yay.
And I was actually mid-tour for my last book, Name Drop, and COVID shut us down. And so I have been dying to get out there again. There's nothing like going out live with the people, and I do stand-up and so much more. So it's my set up there, and then I go into the audience, and we play games, and I answer questions, and that makes every show unique and original. When we shut that door, we just want to have fun. You
Yes.
remember fun?
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes, I recall.
Right, and not offended by everything.
Exactly. So I say we have to remove a stick if we at our show. We're going to have fun. Well, it gets a little naughty in a fun kind of
Right.
way, and it really does celebrate for me that special relationship between like me, a gay guy, and all my best girlfriends.
You're gay?
Yeah, real gay. Yeah. And no matter, everybody's welcome at this show, because really, I think I Got You, Girl is all about like, if I will take you out, we will have fun, and if you throw up, I will hold your hair back and I will French braid it while I'm back there, okay? Because I got you, girl.
This is why we love you
How does
so
anybody
much.
not like him? I don't understand
I
that.
know,
Like,
right?
Like, I want to go out right now and have a margarita.
I know.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Let's go.
Everybody's got to want to be your friend.
Well,
Like,
well, thank you, and I really want to be their friend too. My mom always called me Ears, because even when we go to like the bank, I would like know all the bank tellers, and I'd be like, "Hi, Diane. How's David? How's your husband?" And I'm like 8. She goes, "How do you know all this?" And I just
pretty entertaining.
Yeah, because I love that connection.
Are
That's
you
the
good at
whole
remembering
point.
names still? Like,
Yeah, pretty good at remembering names.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm one of those people, you shake their hand and then
2 seconds later.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just get interested in like the storylines, what's going on with people's lives. And that's why this show, I wanted it to be interactive, because I start the show, I do my stand up, and I meet people in the audience, and then they become a through line through the entire show that I keep going back to that person. And it really is such a gift to be able to go out in a live crowd and shift energy. To make people feel good. I can't do math. I can barely spell, but I know how to make a pretty good quesadilla, actually, ironically, and I can shift energy in a room. I know how to do that, and I can't wait. I miss that so much during the pandemic.
We need joy and connection.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yes.
That is wonderful.
Thanks.
And the skill set that you're talking about, remembering names and things about people, that is golden when you're working the red carpet, which I miss you on the red carpet. I know that's a lot of work for you. But
It is. I mean, I covered every award show you can imagine for over 15 years, for Leno and for E! Live. I loved it. I mean, I really, as a super fan of pop culture, another skill set you have to have is like when you're live on the carpet and somebody shows up behind you, you need to know who they are, what projects they were in, what not to talk to them about, who they were dating. And as a pop culture lover, that was just easy for me. You know, a lot of people would always have these binders of research, and I'd be like, "Girl, research, hello." I'm doing research 24/7 on celebrities. And
I've done a few red carpets a long time ago, like at the MTV, music
sure,
awards
yeah,
and stuff, and not as big as probably you have done. But my biggest fear was when you're interviewing somebody and you see I hate to say it, a bigger name coming.
Oh, yeah.
oh no.
And you're like, I gotta wrap this person up because there's Justin Timberlake over there.
Oh,
And they
here's the
know
trick.
it, right?
You go, I just want you to have so much fun tonight. Go out there and you just have a blast. Thank you so much. And then there's like, there you go. Yeah, just compliment. You look fabulous. Go sell it.
You've done
Go
red carpets.
strut
Remember
your
those
stuff.
days? It's like
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I really appreciate and love what you do so much, Ross, because you make it entertaining too. It's there's something special that you do with it. We can all just ask a few questions. But Ross is fun, and like you said, you make a connection with people, and you know your stuff off the top of your head.
Well, I know it because I'm a super fan, and that's how I've always approached it, is that I am the fan who won the golden ticket that got to be there. You know what I mean? So I feel like not only am I representing myself, but I'm representing every little Ross and every little farm town who just couldn't believe that Hollywood was on this planet. It appeared to me, it just felt like those celebrities weren't of this earth, and Hollywood wasn't. I remember the first time I went to Hollywood, because I went to college in near Los Angeles, and before I was on television, I drove by where the Oscars were, like the weekend as they were setting up the red carpet, and I was like, oh my God, there it is. And then I turned to my left, and there was a Chevron, and to my right was a bank of porta potties, and I thought, oh my God, it is on the same planet. You know, it is here. But it was just as glamorous as I always wanted it to be, and I don't know, I'm just so lucky.
But you live and breathe it. You don't need show prep for anything. Pretty much.
I don't really know. I mean,
life.
I'm prepping for this live show because I want to deliver. People are buying a ticket. I want to deliver. But you also, a producer at Leno, I remember I was doing live Times Square when they count down the thing, and I was like, live. And a producer told me, just embrace the mistakes. And so I thought to myself, oh, I can do that, you know? And so that's what I always brought to anything live is...
See, Christine, we have to embrace our mistakes.
Embrace it.
Christine and I are very similar. She's like my sister. And we, we'll mess up one word on the air, and we'll worry about it
Get
for like
stuck
a day.
on that, yeah.
So you go home and think about it?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get past that?
It's just like, who cares?
That's the thing. No one else is.
You got to look at it from Google
Right,
Earth. Nobody cares about one little word. If your
Right.
intent is good, if people felt good when they listened to you, job done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you were doing all this red carpet with celebrities, did you find that they were connecting with you, or did you find resistance?
At first it was like, what is this? You know, who, what is this? When they would see me. And then there was actually a shift, and we had to sort of shift our approach back in the Leno days, where it went from the fun was, who the hell is this guy, you know, to then, oh my God, Ross, I love you, you know? And so we had to sort of shift our approach. But it was very cool when celebrities sort of embraced. And what they knew when they would come up to me is that it wasn't the same old boring questions. They would be like, oh, fun, let's do something new.
Yeah, toes,
Where's it going to go?
Yeah.
And they were down to play. It was really cool. And it still feels that way. Even when they come to Drew Barrymore or on RuPaul's Drag Race, I sit next to the biggest stars in the world there. And they're always they know I'm going to be one, kind, and two, fun.
Hey, what do you think about your girlfriend, Drew, how she kind of stood with the writers and didn't host?
Well, listen,
the
I
MTV
think
Movie Awards.
I think artists got it. Yeah, she was going to host that, and I think I give her a lot of credit, you know, because when you're in that position, okay, yay, we're so excited, and she was doing so much work to get ready for it, and then something changes in the atmosphere, and the writers go on strike, and as artists, we support other artists, and I loved how they handled it. They said she was going to step back this year, but she'd be back next year when everything was back to normal. And they still got to play her taped pieces for this year, and they were so funny. And I just think it was all handled really smart.
It's a very good balance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so happy I got to meet you all today.
No, Ross, a pleasure,
Our
man.
pleasure, really.
Thank you.
We're so excited to meet you. Could talk to you for days.
And congrats
Thank
on all your
you.
success.
Thank you so much, and we're going to talk wedding.
Please.
I got you, girl.
I got you.
106.7